Hey guys, this is Mike from B-Tech Reviews here, and today we take a look at and unbox the Motorola ThinkPhone. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are taking a look at the Motorola ThinkPhone. This phone is basically a flagship level phone for a fraction of the price. So I actually saw this phone pop up on Amazon when I was doing a live stream a couple weeks back, and I was thinking on purchasing it because of the low price. So actually I had never heard of the ThinkPhone. I know this being branded Motorola, right? Motorola is technically owned by Lenovo, that they obviously make laptops. Lenovo makes laptops, and they have a laptop called the I believe it's the ThinkPad laptop, right? And it's a brand of laptops, but I believe that they also decided to maybe do something similar with the phones here and do a Think device, right? So this phone actually came out last year, or it was announced in 2023, released in January, late January 2023. I wasn't really paying attention too much on Motorola releases last year, so I don't know how I let this one I guess skip the grid here, but it's has very good specs, and right now currently Amazon has a good deal on it right now. I'll go ahead and leave a link in the description below. It's a $399 phone currently as of the making of this video, February 11th, 2024, and basically flagship level device in my opinion. So let's take a look at the box really quick. Nothing too fancy about it. Pretty much, you know, it's a recyclable material just like I got with the Moto G stylus. It only has one tab over here, by the way, on it, so like this one is just kind of loose. So let's go ahead and get that open right now. Use the trusty knife here, and I'm excited about this phone because this is basically going to be my first flagship phone or flagship level phone since the Pixel 7 Pro that I got a couple years back already. So first unboxing, of course, you know, we're gonna get the instruction SIM card kit up here. What we really want to see is the device itself. So just a few specs of the device, guys. It does have a 6.6-inch screen. So although I'm not a fan of the big style screens, pretty much, you know, I'm just kind of getting used to them now. Motorola, obviously, especially with their mid-range devices. There you go. Look at that. That looks great, by the way. And it feels pretty good as well. It's got some sort of like a polycarbonate design to the back of it. If you feel it right there, you can actually see the little ThinkPhone. Really not a fan of that. I'm not sure if that's a sticker, if that comes off. Don't really care, or I don't care about the location of that, I guess. Just because it does have some sort of like little red toggle button. I don't know if that's the power button. That might be the power button. But then what is this down here? So gonna have to figure out what that little red button does, because there is a secondary button. It could be for the camera, you know, when you're taking pictures, because if you think about it, right, most smartphones kind of have done away with it, but it does feel textured. See if I can get that on the screen there. I am filming with my, there we go. It is a little bit textured. I would say that's probably a button that you can you know, adjust, or, you know, I guess make a custom for it, right? For me, it would probably be the camera and the shutter button or something to that extent, right? But as you can see here, it does have two volume rockers on top, and it looks like a regular fingerprint sensor. I don't think this has a lock button fingerprint sensor. I believe this has a in-screen fingerprint sensor. I'm not 100% sure. Let's go ahead and get this turned on. Let's see if this has battery. ThinkPhone by Motorola. So I believe this is their first iteration. It has a Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 processor. It does have fast charging, by the way, so you can see here that it does come with a pretty big power brick. Pretty cool, in my opinion, right? Let's take a look at the battery size. So it's got a 5,000 milliamp battery. Look at how fast that started, by the way. I mean, crazy. I'm gonna have to get this started. While we have this on the side, though, we just want to take a look at the box, though. Charger, it does have fast watt charging. I want to see the charging on this, though, because I'm pretty sure it does have fast charging on it. I think it has like 60 some watt fast charging. Well, anyways, let's go ahead and put the box back on top here, just because we already kind of saw that. Put it in the background there. But yeah, let me go ahead and get this set up, and then we'll go over more specs, guys. All right, so currently I actually have the device copying over from the Motorola Razr phone that I have been using as well, right? So I'm just choosing what to copyright. Pretty much I'm going to copy everything except probably the photos and videos, because I want the photos and videos to be fresh on this device. MMS attachments, I'll leave out MMS stuff as well, just because all I really want is the device settings and whatnot. So let's go ahead and do that. But pretty much, guys, again, spec wise, let's go. I'm gonna put this down, or I'm gonna put it face down so that the screen doesn't wash out my background over here. Excuse me on that, the tripod keeps moving over here. But anyways, so let's go over the specs here. So again, 6-point-inch POLED screen, right? It's got 144 hertz refresh rate on the screen. So when I was trying to set it up right now, the screen looks amazing, by the way. It's a very good looking screen. Pulled HDR10 plus. The resolution is 1080 by 2400. Aspect ratio is a little bit bigger than 16 by 9 or 16 by 9, I believe, or it's going to be 20 by 9. 399 PPI density. It's got Gorilla Glass Victus on the actual phone, right? So again, for people that are just spec heads out there, I need to put this inside the box, by the way. Let's see, memory card slot, it says no, but I believe this variant is a 256 gigabyte variant, which that should be plenty enough internal memory for me. That kind of sucks if it doesn't, right? But I feel like maybe they're going the iPhone or the Pixel route and not letting you add external memory. The main reason why I got this phone is because it actually has a camera sensor that can shoot in 8K, right? So that's something that I'm super excited about. As far as that goes, triple camera, it does have a triple camera setup. I know it doesn't look like it, but that third camera is very small. So those first two camera sensors are pretty big, and then that last camera sensor is pretty small itself, as far as that goes. Not too bad. 8K recording at 30 frames a second, 4K at 30 and 60 frames a second, HDR10 at 1080p, and it can shoot up to 960 frames a second in 1080p. So you can take video in slow-mo, etc. I'm excited about that front-facing camera, obviously, right? We'll shoot in 4K as well, 1080p at 30 frames a second as well. Loudspeaker, let me get the screen off just because, I don't want to give too much information away there, guys. But again, so far, a very sleek-looking device. Snapdragon Gen 8 1 processor. I believe, again, this one only has 8 gigs of RAM. I don't know if if there's international versions of this that have higher. GSM Arena says that it can get up to 12 gigs of RAM. So this iteration, which is the American version, only has again 8 gigs of internal memory, or 8 gigs of RAM, excuse me, usable RAM. So hopefully, but just again, playing with the device a little bit, it feels super snappy. So I definitely know that it's going to pretty much, I feel like it's going to be a Pixel level device when it comes to its usability, and the fact that it has a Snapdragon Gen 8 1 processor just kind of makes it a little more appealing for me. Let me go ahead and get this continued set up here while we get it finished copying over the stuff. All right, guys, so phone is copied over and everything seems to be working so far. Now, of course, it's going to be updating stuff over here, right? So my Play Store is going to be probably updating all the apps, right? Let's see, manage apps and device. So yeah, so just a heads up, this is the 256 gigabyte variant. So only 9 gigs of the device storage is used. Again, I just, the phone just finally transferred over. It has a background like this. It has a live paper background because I have it set up that way from my other device. So it just literally transitioned over. I thought that was pretty cool that it transitioned over to the same thing. But just to see what we get out of the box here as far as apps goes, guys, again, it does give you a slew of Microsoft apps. I think Motorola has some sort of affiliation with Microsoft when it comes to stuff like that. And it does not have gesture navigation. I'm gonna have to probably fix that, but for the most part, this device does have an in-screen fingerprint sensor. Seems to work pretty good. I think the location is a little bit low for what it is, though. I think it's a little bit higher on the Pixel 7 Pro. I think the Pixel device is probably more up here where my finger is. Beautiful looking display, guys. I don't know how to explain that without it, but for the most part, the screen display is nice. I'm pretty sure this has face unlock as well. Again, it defaulted to dark mode. So let's take a look at which version of Android this has. Again, Phone number unknown. I don't have a SIM card just yet. I'm waiting for my Boost Mobile SIM to come in. Hopefully it comes in by the next couple days. Motorola ThinkPhone by Lenovo. Again, running Android 13 here. So this is slated for an Android 14 update. I don't know exactly when this is going to get it. But for the most part, you know, you can be, if you decide to get a phone like this, you can expect it probably, hopefully by, you know, I would say by the summer of this year, right? Because Android 14 has already been out for a couple months already, especially on the main Google devices. You know, Motorola, even though it used to be owned by Google, right? You know, there's, I hope there's still some sort of affiliation with it, because they do use stock Android when it comes to their stuff. You know, again, they only have like little things like the Moto actions, where, you know, you can literally just turn this, you know, flip it and it turns the camera on right away, right, etc., like that. And again, I'm super surprised how snappy this phone is. Not a lot of bloatware. Obviously, you're gonna get like all the Google apps here. Again, this is an unlocked device, so I can literally take it to any network. I'm gonna test it out on Boost Mobile at first, so keep an eye out on that video. I might have a video where I actually show you the SIM kit process in 2024. But again, you know, my thing with this is I really wanted to test out the camera over here, just because, again, it's supposed to have like an 8K. Don't allow. I don't know why I'd ask. Let's see. Take a tour of the camera. Not now, because I already know. But, you know, again, that camera, again, 15 megapixel camera over here, guys. Again, has a 13 megapixel ultra wide. Let's take a look at that ultra wide over here really quick. Hold on. Let's see if I can use the ultra wide. Okay, 8K video. Hold on. Let's see. 8K video. Wow. Okay. I think by default it probably defaults to 8K. Let's find out. AI setting, video settings, capture settings. I'm not sure. I need to actually go and check. Here we go. Up here, guys. I do apologize for the shakiness here. I'm super excited. 16:9, obviously. Stabilization. It does give a crop, by the way, but I want to make sure that I'm not shooting in 4K. Capture settings. Let's see, video. Saving settings, assistant. Go back here. Capture settings, video capture settings. Oh, that's weird. I'm gonna have to maybe go back to this, because it's just really giving me that. It's not telling me like, okay, here we go. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Aspect ratio, again, right now it is full HD, so I'm interested to see the crop in 8K video, right? I feel like the 8K video is going to be super smooth though. Let's try that again. So, okay, aspect ratio 3:4, but I guess that will change if I change that to video. Here we go. So 8K UHD, guys. 8K UHD. I can't wait to get out and actually film in 8K on this, just because that'll be interesting. But, you know, it does have HDR10 plus, you know, with 1080p recording. So I'm interested to see. I might do a few different videos just to see like what the 1080p HDR plus looks like, and then the 4K, and then the 8K, you know, without any major like editing, because like I want to just I just want to shoot directly what I'm shooting and then upload it to YouTube without like any editing or anything like that, because I want to see what it looks like directly from that. But I think this is going to be very interesting, guys. I'm super excited as far as that goes. Let's take a quick pic of this really quick, you know, just for the heck of it. Shutter speed extremely quick, by the way. And let's see what we can get as far as our details go. As that goes, so not too bad. It's my Xbox controller, as you can see there, right? And super snappy as far as that goes. I'm not complaining at all there. So I just wanted to take a quick picture of that. But guys, I'm super excited about this, because this is basically a flagship level phone for a fraction of the cost. My only thing is the build quality of it is not flagship level. So by retail pricing, this actually normally I believe it was going for $799. You know, unlocked. I don't know if carriers were offering this, but pretty much all the way around you do have some sort of like aluminum trim from top to bottom there. Noise canceling microphone up there. I'm pretty sure that's going to be a custom button. I know that the point of this phone is so that you can actually just directly connect it to a computer monitor with some Bluetooth accessories, and literally like have your phone set up check out the fingerprint sensor. I thought it was gonna take it, but it didn't. It did not. Wow. Okay, let me punch in my pin really quick. Okay, so I was like, the phone hasn't restarted yet, so I don't know why, but it's relatively quick fingerprint sensor. I might make a separate video about that just for the heck of it. I might try to do face unlock as well. But yeah, for the most part, build quality, you know, this is just, it's just plastic. It's polycarbonate. It's not like a very good texture material either. I mean, it's not a fingerprint magnet. You know, it does have a little bit of texture. You know, it's supposed to, I guess it's supposed to mimic the it's supposed to basically mimic, let me see if I can take a picture of that, by the way, mimic what you would see like on a Lenovo ThinkPad, obviously, build quality wise. Besides, you know, this is probably the highest end item on that. No headphone jack, by the way, so you're gonna get just whatever you get out of the box. You know, I'm probably this is the phone that I probably would feel comfortable not getting a case for, although I might in some cases. Again, it's installing apps, guys. I don't know what's going on with carrier location access. I don't know why it's asking me all that. I don't have a carrier connected to this as far as that goes. I might have to do a carrier, or you know, just a settings, allow location settings, whatever. I might just have to do a reset on the carrier, or whatever you want to call it, the settings for the SIM card, because system navigation will go to gesture. I'm used to gesture already. That's just how it is. I mean, it gets rid of the 3 buttons down there. But I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think. Again, this does, like I said, it has a Snapdragon 8 Gen 1. We can already go ahead and do that. Look at that. It gives you full specs of the phone. Motorola ThinkPhone, Android 13, ARM version 8. It says it's an octa-core processor, right? Let's go to device really quick over here. Gives you a little more resolution. PPI. Ooh, PPI is 402. Okay, so online it says 390 some. So I guess that's a little bit higher than what the online version was saying. GPU is the Adreno 730. Memory, usable memory, 7 gigs. Which again, this is for 8 gigs. This phone is super snappy. Again, it's supposed to have a Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 processor. It's an 8 Gen plus 1 processor. So I don't know what the difference is between the 8 Gen 1 and the 8 plus Gen 1. You know, maybe a little bit snappier, but just again, guys, telling you guys out of the gate that this is very snappy, and you know, I can't complain. Let's see how long it takes for Instagram to start. Again, error, couldn't refresh feed. Okay, I don't know what's going on there. You've been logged out. I don't know what's going on. I might have to change my passwords on my accounts there for the most part. But anyways, guys, we'll get into that later. But anyways, guys, before I make this video any longer, right, we're gonna go ahead and close it out, guys. But I hope you guys enjoyed the unboxing here of this flagship level phone. I want to get it charged up and going here for the day, play around with it a little bit, and you know, post some pictures and videos of it. So again, guys, this is Mike from BTech Review signing off. Thanks again for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below. Subscribe, and always thanks again for watching.